Okay, dear students, today I am going to discuss Clear Light of Day written by Anita Desai, an Indian author. Today I am going to discuss from the page number 192. In the last stanza of page number 192, we see that Tara is not willing to do any kind of social work of charity. She is always bad student and she did not take part in any kind of school activities, extracurricular activities, and now she does not want to do any kind of social work. But in the last stanza of 193, we see that Tara is willing to give the food items, biscuits to the poor and needy, but she does not want to go to them physically. In chapter number 194, we see a line, namely, Beam of course worshipped Florence Nightingale along with Joan of Arc. Florence Nightingale is a famous lady with a lamp. During the Crimean War, she went to the hospitals of the soldiers and treated the soldiers with a lamp in hand. And Joan of Arc is a Christian figure, Christian saint, and George Bernard Shaw has written a drama named Saint John, dealing with the episode related to Joan of Arc. Here, Beam is the worshipper of Florence Nightingale and Joan of Arc. It means she is willing to do social work of charity, and she wants to go to them physically. In a sense, we can consider Beam to be Florence Nightingale and Joan of Arc. So you should keep in mind the two famous figures, namely Florence Nightingale and Joan of Arc. Next, let's come to the page number 195, and there is a line, two episodes cut through the grey chalk dust of school life with stripes of shocking color. It means two incidents took place when Tara, Beam and Raja were in school. Number one incident is related to the incident of a dog which entered the school, and it entered the school's latrine where the children normally go, and Tara is terrified to see the dog in the latrine. And now man from the municipality, meaning he is said to be the shooter of dogs, he comes and tries to shoot the dog. The principal of the school shuts the doors of the classrooms and prohibits the students to look at the scene. Even though they are shut in their classroom, they can hear the shooting sound, and the dog is killed by the municipal shooter. And this is an incident which Tara is terrified to think, and she can never forget this incident. And another incident is related to Miss Singh, one of the teachers of the school. The children, specifically Tara, is very much fond of Miss Singh, but one day the principal of the school calls her and chides her on the ground of her misdemeanor, and the students, specifically Tara, cannot know the actual reason of this chiding, but she and other students think that most possibly Miss Singh is in love with a Buddhist monk, and that's why the teacher, meaning the principal, is chiding her. Miss Singh came out of the principal's office in tears, meaning she is weeping. The children saw the scene, and this scene also influenced Tara in her student life. The two incidents that happens in Tara's life should be remembered. One is related to dog and another is related to Miss Singh. Now there is a line, Miss Singh had not been sent away. It means she is not rusticated from the school, but she is just chided. She is chided, and in this chapter we see the name of two books, namely Lorna Doone and Camille. The book Lorna Doone is written by R.D. Blackmore, an English novel, better to say romance, and another book Camille is a French romance, a novel written by Alexandre Dumas Fils. Alexandre Dumas Fils, you have to remember this. Next, let's come to page number 199. When other children, other students of the school were much more influenced by Mrs. Singh's predicament. They were weeping, they were suffering greatly, but Tara was not suffering so superficially. Actually, she was suffering internally. This incidents of Mrs. Singh, chided by the principal, cuts a deep line in Tara's mind. Now let's come to page number 200. When Beam became head girl of her school, the principal came to congratulate the parents on her honor. You know, Beam is always a good student. She is a good student in her study, in her social activities, in her works of charities. Even she takes part in the school activities, meaning extracurricular activities. She is always on the front row of the school, and the teachers, specifically the principal, loves her very much. They come to the family and he announces this glorious event to the guardians. But you know, the guardian, meaning Mr. and Mrs. Das, are always absent. There is one guardian only, namely Aunt Mira, and the principal goes to Aunt Mira and takes tea and goes away. Then another thing we should remember, then Raja won a poetry prize offered by his school magazine. His poems about the Battle of Panipat was a fine ringing on with plenty of rhyme, and nothing to be ashamed of at all. You know, Raja has always a knack of writing poetry. He loves the great and famous poets of the time, and you know, the poet Iqbal, the poet Lord Byron, even Tennyson are his great poet, and she has the knack of writing poetry also, and she writes poems in Urdu, and now she bags a prize by writing a poetry and writing a poem in the school magazine. You have to remember that his poem is related to the Battle of Panipat. Yeah, and it was recited by his friends and chanted at football games, on bicycle rides, when a teacher referred to the young Lord Byron in our midst. It is surprising. It is most pleasing fact that Raja is compared to Lord Byron. He is said to be young Lord Byron. Yeah. Next, lying on the bamboo matting on yet another summer afternoon, the game she played seemed quite without savor. What did you most like to eat? A watermelon? A piece of ice? What would you most like to drink? Ginger beer? Bimto? They rolled over onto their stomachs in revolt against the flat. This is the talks which is going on in between Raja and Bhim. Now next come to page number 201. There is Raja's copy of Iqbal stained. In this chapter, in this stanza, we will see some famous books which are actually liked by Raja, and these books are Louis Bloomfield's Night in Bombay, Sarowan's The Human Comedy, Huckleberry Finn, Moby Dick, The Postman Always Rings Twice, also the enormous green volumes containing Keats and Shelley and Blake, Donne, and the verse of Jock and Ghalib, Dag Hali in cheap tattered yellow copies. So you have to remember some of the books liked by Raja. So, okay children, in my next class, I will discuss from the last stanza of page number 201. So let's call it a day.